When someone comes to your house, you fully expect them to come through the front door. Yeah? Now, do you ever stop to think that this visitor that is at your front door is actually a diversion? Now, while the visitor has you busy at the front door, how far-fetched is it for a thief to be sneaking in through the back door? Now, sometimes we can go through a season, and really the only thing that we're being asked to do is observe. You know, the Lord used 12 disciples, apostles, to equip the entire church. And we went from the church to a worldwide army. Now, this is the good side of the coin. Now, for the bad. Now, we are either losing our weapons or we are running out of ammunition, or trying to read the instructions on how to use these weapons in a language we don't know or understand. Now, we are well aware that there is a lot of messed up stuff that is surrounding the jab. One of the most problematic is people trying to make the call and lead others to believe this beyond the shadow of a doubt, that this thing holds the mark. Now, we do know that all the prophetic voices, they basically sing the exact same tune. They may not do it at exactly the same time, but they will be singing the same song nonetheless. Now, about 3 years ago, a lot of the prophetic voices carried this one message, and it was like for several months the Lord spoke of this. And what it was about was a Trojan horse. A Trojan horse. Something to create a diversion. And see, all this stuff is just now being put before me. I talked about the diversions and things, and so things are starting to really fall into place. Now, what is the jab? What is it? What does it do? How is this going? How is the enemy using this thing? Well, hear my take in part 2. This is part 2 on the jab and the mark of the beast. Okay, so first I'm going to go over exactly what it was that the Lord had revealed to me about the jab. Now, as soon as it was released, they first started making it available. The Lord had told me that this thing was a leading up to. It's not the mark. It is a leading up to. Now, I didn't quite understand this at that time. Of course, not anything was really known about the jab. And I wasn't going to take it myself. And so that just wasn't a concern of mine, exactly what it does to the person physically, mentally, and spiritually. So I left it at that. But at an alarming rate, there are people that are pushing the idea that this thing is the mark of the beast. Don't take it. It is for sure the mark. And if you try to tell them, look, it's a good chance that it's not, they turn hateful. They turn pure ugly. There's no room for that in the kingdom. Now, I went to the Lord and I asked him, I said, what does this thing do to a person exactly? Because I had started noticing how people's personalities started changing in their character after they took this thing. It would either cause them health problems or it would cause them to go bat crap crazy. See, we fully expected the leaders, to be corrupt. But it seems like after the jab, it kind of, that corruption went down the food chain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they suddenly found it okay to attack everybody, a specific set of people, just like God's people were set aside and attacked during the H cost. So the Lord said to me, it throws all logic and reason out the window. And that makes a whole lot of sense. This is part 3 on the jab. Okay, so I talked about how there is a lot of people stepping up saying, yes, this is the mark of the beast. They are 100% sure. And if you disagree with them, all hell breaks loose, y'all. You are Beelzebub if you do not agree with them. Well, this is rubbish, and I'm fixing to shoot a hole in their theory. Okay. Does it make much sense that, okay, the mark goes in the hand, in the forehead? They gonna put a shot in your forehead? You think that's gonna fly? Okay, so now to knock that into the dirt, exactly what is going to be the mark? Well, if you take a look at scripture and you go through where they take the mark of the beast and submit to the beast, it tells it. It is basically a monitoring system, because they know how much money you have, they know where you live, they know everything about you, everything about you. So there is something that is put inside your body. And see, with this mark, enemy's gonna be just a little bit more crafty, y'all. Just a little more crafty. Of course, he works on a secular level, okay? So most people automatically assume that you will be able to see it. You can see it with the naked eye, okay? He works on secular. He works through things in the natural. So you can see it with the naked eye, but he's going to have to copycat God. The seal cannot be seen. The seal cannot be seen. See, in the case of Cain, when he was marked, other men could see that he had that mark on him, and they would not kill him. That's why he didn't die wandering the earth. So yes, you can see it, but it's going to be under the skin. By the time it gets here, if there's any of us left, we will be hunted down like dogs, just like in the H-cost.